Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Eugene. Happy Father's Day to those of you that are enjoying this lovely day. I'm going to begin our 10 o'clock meditation. It'll last about 15 minutes. Then afterwards at 10:30 our service will begin.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We're so blessed to have you all here. And for those of you joining us from home, welcome, welcome. We're so glad to have you all here. My name is Alice.
And I'm Kathy.
We're both part of the Joy Notes. We're going to lead you in a couple of opening songs and some other songs throughout the service. So if you can, all stand, and we're going to begin with God is Where I Am. God is where I am. God is where I am. Wherever I go, wherever I am, God is where I am. Love is where I am. Love is where I am. Wherever I go, whatever I do, God is where I am. Peace. Peace is where I am. Peace is where I am. Wherever I go, whatever I do, peace is where I am. Joy. Joy is where I am. Joy is where I am. Wherever I go, whatever I do, joy is where I am. God is where I am. God is where I am. Wherever I go, whatever I do, God is where I am. Wonderful. Hey, okay. All right, well, go ahead and turn towards your neighbor and give them some love. And here's some love for my neighbor.
Can't wait to hear about your trip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Okay, we're going to come back to center here for our next opening. Open wide
Thank you, Joy Notes. Hello and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Eugene. At this center, we know spiritually empowered people live richer, fuller lives, so we use the principles of science of mind to inspire minds, open hearts, and empower lives. Yeah, if you're new to the center or visiting or haven't updated your info, it's time to get that going. Get connected with us. We got a lot of stuff going on. This place is really popping. New address, email our Facebook group. Besides the main page, we have a fun group that's got all kinds of stuff going on all the time. I just love it here. I also want to take 1 second and just be grateful for the rain because, I don't know, it's just, here we go. It's raining in the middle of summer in Oregon. It's going to be a great summer. It's going to be awesome. Let's see, we're working on our declaration of principles right now, where I think it's our 12th. It's our global vision for Centers for Spiritual Living. We envision a world which has renewed its emphasis on beauty, nature, and love through the resurgence of creativity, art, and aesthetics. That's cool, man. That's a great principle to have. Right now, I'd like to sing "We Are One," and following our practitioner of the day, which is Reverend Linda Lundy Starr, will lead us in affirmative treatment to set the tone for today's services.
We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one.
We are one. Thank you, Kevin, and happy Father's Day to you. And happy Father's Day to anyone in here that is celebrating this day and everybody online listening at this point. My name is Reverend Linda Lundy Starr, and I'm going to lead us today in affirmative prayer. Just settle into your prayer pose, whatever that means for you. Maybe comfortable if you close your eyes or lower your gaze. And just know with me that there is only one. One presence, one power, one law, one love. And it moves as and in and through each one of us. Its seed sprouts in our everyday lives, in our wellness, in our abundance, in our kindness, and our compassion, and in our circumstances. It reflects itself in us. And because I know this, I know that my word is the word of this power and presence. That as I speak truth, it helps move and revolve the world, our planet, the goodness that exists everywhere. And I recognize that good. I recognize it in each and every person that can hear my voice. I recognize it in each and every circumstance that I can think of, remember, that I see on the news, that I read in my books, in the newspaper, in my emails every day. It is good. Because there is only a goodness that exists as the Spirit. And I know this to my core. So I speak my word right now for each person that today is a blessed day. That each of us takes from the message from Reverend Linda today something that enhances our lives. Something that helps us move with a bit more spring in our step or in our role, if it may be. Something that causes our heart to grow, and something that causes us to feel love with a greater awareness than we did when we started the day. And I know this is happening right now for each and every one of us because my own heart is expanding in my chest and the room is starting to feel really, really alive. So grateful for the truth of Spirit, grateful for the truth of greater awareness. I just let this word go and let it be, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Linda. Holding high watch today, we have Ona Chambers. Reverend Linda's self-care message is self-care. And also we have an affirmation we need to do for June. I'll say it once and then should be coming up on the board. Here it comes. June affirmation. Taking care of myself, honoring myself, is taking care of honoring in God within. I allow the love and grace of Spirit to manifest through me, in me, and as me today and always. Together? Taking care of myself, honoring myself, is taking care of and honoring God within. I allow the love and grace of Spirit to manifest through me, in me, as me, today and always. Okay, so pleasure is our message today by Reverend Linda. Today's music is the house band with Matt, Mo, and Paul. Take it away, fellas.
Hi. I'm just going to bash my teeth with the microphone. That's an actual occupational hazard. I think we're missing oh, I see. There's a missing screw. Okay. We can make this work. So this song is by Peter Mayer. It came to me by way of Jack Fowler, which is the version some of you might have heard. I love this song. When I was a kid, we'd go to church every Sunday, and when I started to lose the foundations of my faith, I felt like nothing's sacred. What does it matter? And what does holy even mean? This song answers that question. It's beautiful. This is the third verse. I'm not going to sing the whole song because it's long, but I want to tell you what the third verse says. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips, but now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. Now I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. When I was a boy each week, On Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread. Everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad that miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now. 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 And wine from water is not so small. An even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. And so the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. This morning outside I stood and saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me wanna bow my head. I remember when church let out. Oh, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. 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 Join me again. Everything is holy now. Sing with me. Everything is holy now. 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 Everything Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Thanks.
Please just relax and melt into this. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. Breathing in, God is. Breathing out, I am. There's only one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. And that life, right here and right now, forever and always, is my life. For I am one with all that is. I am one with the sunlight and the rain. With the meadow and the desert. With the mountain and the valley. With the joy and the sorrow. I am one in all that is, with all that is. And breathing into that, I just let go and allow the grace that life is to fill me. Grateful for the chance to remember who I am, how I am, that I am. I let go and enter my day with love and joy and pleasure and peace. And so it is. Thank you, Matt. I somehow managed to make it through Everything is Holy Now without sobbing uncontrollably. Thank you so much.
Right on, Matt.
That was fabulous. That was fabulous. Good morning. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm a little verklempt over the fact that 2 weeks from now, less than 2 weeks, 12 days from now, the year will be half over. When did that happen? I'm sorry, I was just working on finalizing my New Year's resolutions, and now I've got a plan for Christmas. It's intriguing how time compresses and expands and compresses and expands and moves through us and around us. And I think that may be why mindfulness is such an essential spiritual practice. Because if we aren't aware and in the moment that we are in, it goes right past us. We miss it. It's gone, and it can't be recaptured. And the beauty of now, we understand the construct of the linear construct of time, and there is a past and a present and a future, but the only time I ever have is now. And if I spend all of my nows thinking about yesterday or tomorrow, I miss my life. I have to be in the now as I am remembering and as I am planning and as I am dreaming and as I am visioning. I also need to be here now, which has absolutely nothing to do with my talk today, but it's what I was compelled to say right now. And the words of the brilliant Reverend Dr. Arlene Bump, never let the title of your talk interfere with what it is you have to say. But we are working on self-care, and being in the now is self-care. I can honest to God say that being in the now means taking care of who I am, the I am that I am, and remembering that the I am that I am is the I am that the infinite is. We forget that. I forget that. I've been in this teaching 30 years. I've been teaching it for 25 years, and I forget. There are moments in my day when I forget that I am that. That it is all spirit, that it is all life, that it is all one, that it is all God. Whatever name I choose, I can use the word quantum physics and it's still all that. That's all that is, the energy that is life. And this year we're looking at the theme of living out loud. And living out loud means being who I am, directly, absolutely, totally, and completely who I am. I am that. And living out loud is being upfront and real about being that. The word persona, I was just reading the Greek word, and it means mask. We think of persona as ourself, who I am, that's my persona. That's who I am as minister, who I am as friend, who I am as this or that. But it's a mask. It hides who I am when I get into playing a role. And as an introvert, I've spent a lot of my life doing things that I couldn't normally do, but it was Linda the bartender doing it. It's been Linda the minister doing it. It's been Linda the this or the that doing it. They could do things that I didn't think I could do. And so I could put on a role and be those things. And I'm learning finally now, this late in life, and I'm hoping I can encourage some of you, especially you youngins out there, that you can start doing that sooner. You can start doing that. There's nothing more authentic than a 3-year-old. But we as Don Miguel Ruiz says, we domesticate that out of them. You need to be in polite company. You need to behave in school. You need to do this or do that. We need to be real. We need to be authentic. We need to be who we are and live out loud. And this month we're looking at self-care as a spiritual practice, because everything I do to take care of my mind, my body, my emotions, my spiritual self is self-care. And it's designed to make me feel better. The exercises that I do that kind of are a little uncomfortable sometimes wind up making me feel better than when I sit on the couch 24/7. The things that I do are designed to make me feel better, to bring me pleasure. Unfortunately, we live in the United States of America, which was founded largely on puritanical people who felt that idle hand was the devil's watchword and that pleasure was the devil's hand tool. And that if you were having a good time, something was wrong, you know. That we needed to be serious and solemn. And, you know, and of course in church, you can't laugh in church because it's sacred. You know, how dare you? Well, I mean, God obviously had a sense of humor because here we are. This is, to me, I'm like, okay, I don't get that joy. Tidings of comfort and joy. That's what we talk about. And yet when we experience comfort and joy, we feel guilty. There's something wrong. I shouldn't be doing this. It might be immoral, illegal, or fattening, one or the other. You know, it's something is inherently wrong here. But I think we're meant to do all things. And as the Buddha said, in moderation, but then, and I couldn't find the quote for this, it's attributed all over, from all the way from Plutarch through Mark Twain. But all things in moderation, including moderation. There are times when we need to just throw it out the window and go for it. And that doesn't mean every single night, but that means there are times when we are moderate and there are times when we are extreme. And if we can do that from a place of joy rather than a place of fear or anger, we embrace a part of ourself that is comfort and joy, that delights in us feeling comfort and joy. I shared on Facebook the other day, I was in Fred Meyer's, getting my fresh fruits and my fresh vegetables and my yogurt and my whole grain cereal with virtually no sugar count and you know, my no sugar bacon, which is no nitrates in it and all these things. And as I walked by the bakery case, there was one cinnamon sugar cake donut, which is the key to my heart, actually, if you want it. The little crumb donuts or the cinnamon sugar donuts, not the glazed, the biggie, the little cake donuts. And it was sitting there all by itself, kind of like a puppy in the window, you know. And so I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and take that home. And after I got all my nice healthy food put away, I stuck it in the microwave for 10 seconds. That's the secret to donuts and pastries. Microwave, 10 seconds, no more than that. I bit into it, and I was 12 years old at the Snow White Drive-In in Lindsay, sitting there where Francis had just made the donuts, and I was waiting, watching in the window while they rolled them in the sugar, and then I bought one. That was joy. That was pleasure. I didn't buy a dozen donuts and eat them all. I didn't do any of that, but I gave myself the gift of a simple pleasure of what felt, you know, like a friend of mine posted, you know, that actually any kind of pastry like that for 10 seconds is like a time machine. It turns it back to fresh baked immediately. So you learned it here. Just remember, give that a try someday. But we've got this whole thing of productivity proves worth, back to the Puritan ethic thing. You know, how many hours did you put in? How much did you produce in the hours that you put in? How much did you accomplish? What is the end result here? And I'm reading an interesting book called The Future is Analog, which is saying that digital is a tool, but what really creates creativity is being together with other people, being in community. You can have a Zoom meeting, and I have a Zoom meeting with people who live far away, and once a month we get together and we share things, and it's lovely. It's better than not having time with them, and there's only a few of us, so we can see one another's faces and reactions. It's not like 30 people on the screen. But it's in those interactions that ideas are born, that we see something that appears to have nothing to do with anything we're thinking about, but the very fact of seeing it triggers something in us, and that no matter what, we are wired to be together. We are wired for community. This is what the very nature of the human animal is connection. We are tribal. We are group oriented. It is essential for us to be together and to share together the things that make us happy, that bring us joy, that cause us to laugh, that cause us to cry, that cause us to be there for one another. Moving to a new community can be terrifying if you don't know anybody there. And how do I meet people? What am I going to do? You know, if you have a job, you've got a ready-made place to start meeting other people, the break room or whatever. But it's this hunger we have to be connected, and in being connected, our creative flow happens. And so the pleasure of being with others builds our creativity and makes us more productive, if you will, not by the number of hours we put in behind the desk, but by the amount our brain is able to play. They've learned that there's a meme that's out. It's like it takes something like 482 repetitions to wire a new neural pathway on a specific idea unless you're playing. And then it only takes like 30. I mean, it's ridiculous. Wow. But play is how we learn things. Pleasure is play. Play is pleasure. We learn things by being happy. When we are happy, our mind is more open. When our mind is more open, we learn more things. Yeah, hey. So lighten up on yourselves, folks. This is a I love Emerson. Ralph Waldo Emerson. He preferred Waldo, but I can't, I don't know, whatever. He's gone now. But I've given up saying this is my favorite quote or one of my favorite quotes because every quote of Emerson is my favorite quote. I'm sorry, I just love the dude. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is a great accomplishment. To be yourself, to be you, to be Randy, to be Kathy, to be Maggie, to be whoever you are. In a world where everybody expects you to be, but mom, but child, but whatever, but honey. No, I want us to be ourselves. I want us to be who we are. I want us to be who we came here to be. And I want myself to stop using the word want because I really, truly believe that to say want means it's something I am declaring to the universe I don't have that. So I choose to declare for us that we no longer strive to live up to the domestication that Don Miguel Ruiz spoke of, that the people trying us, a world constantly attempting to change us into something else, as Emerson said, to let that go, that we can all just let that go. And knowing in the I am that I am, that it's so absolutely okay for me to be me. In fact, that's why I'm here. There's an old Sufi story about, they're going to wonder why I wasn't so-and-so. Why wasn't I more like Moses? Why wasn't I more like Muhammad? Why wasn't I more like so-and-so? They're going to ask you, why weren't you more like you? Why didn't you do what you came here to do? Why didn't you have fun at it? Why didn't you play with it? I have this thing I read a few years ago, and it hit my heart so directly. I don't want to come to the end of my life only to realize I've been a tourist the whole time. That was like a punch it got me in the heart, but it was like a punch in the gut. It was like, I don't want to be a tourist in my life. I don't choose to be a tourist in my life. I choose to be alive and participatory and having pleasure. I grew up in a house of adults, only child in a house of adults. And so I got really, really good at reading the room and doing what people needed to make everybody happy. I mean, there were loving, healthy, happy people. I never got spanked. I never got slapped. I never got yelled at. But my grandmother could give me that look. Yeah, I got the look, And so I always didn't want the look, and I wanted everybody to be happy. And so I became a real people pleaser. And that serves you well when you're working with the public and doing all kinds of things. But I read something yesterday that just made me go, whoa. What if I tried people-pleasing on Linda? What if you tried people-pleasing on Alice? What if you tried people-pleasing on Nancy? What if? What if? What if? We found pleasure in the small delights of nature, of music, of each other, of silence. What if we could be open to pleasing ourselves as a form of self-care that makes us feel better? I just finished a brilliant book by a fellow by the name of Kurt Struckmeyer, who's an engineer, retired engineer who follows Jesus and has rewritten, going back to before Constantine, Jesus. Or as I've said before, whether or not that man existed, the things he is attributed to have said, whoever came up with those things. And what he said basically is if we are to follow Jesus, we are to participate in a conspiracy of love, compassion, justice, and peace. Think about it. A conspiracy of love, compassion, justice, and peace. Would that bring you pleasure? Would that bring the world pleasure? That's my challenge for you this weekend. Find ways to bring forward love, compassion, justice, and peace in your world and the pond around you. Be a ripple in the pond that you live in. Be the only Science of Mind textbook somebody reads this week. Self-care is caring for the infinite as you. Self-care is caring for the world as you. Self-care is love, compassion, justice, and peace. May each of you have all of that. I would now like to call up Reverend Linda with a Y, to do the blessing of the offering.
Okay. Well, this is the time in our service where we practice our gifts, tithes, and offerings. We definitely have a lot going on here at the center. The longer days have given us some momentum here, so we are doing a lot in the community, and we thank you for your generosity. So if you put your gift over your heart and just repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit, I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper.
I send it forth to heal, bless, and prosper.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Now we have our giving song.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it goes no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. Woo!
And now we have Matt and the house band.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, they do good work. We like these guys. Yeah, you stick with it, you might be able to get a gig somewhere, I'm pretty sure. So we have come to the point in the service where we're going to talk about announcements, and as Reverend Linda mentioned, the many things we have going on. One of the things I want to do is, again, as others have before me today, honor everyone who is celebrating Father's Day, and also as the child of a single mom, honoring the moms who did the duties of father over the years as well, and the dads who did the duties of mom over the years as well. There's a whole lot of everything out there, and it doesn't have anything to do with your gender. It has to do with the role you played, and that role is very real. And much as I talked about persona, it's real to be a parent to somebody. I wasn't in my dad's life until I was about 16, but I had a grandfather and 2 uncles who were my dads, you know. So, happy Father's Day. This is, Dylan Clausen was an intern at LCC, or a student at LCC that we got as an intern, and he made some of the new slides for us. So we're like, ta-da! So, Ben's Coffee. And if you've got a phone that does a scan thing, you can scan that and get more info. So, hey, you know, we're like 21st century now, kind of, sort of, but not really. Anyway, the Wednesday gathering is every Wednesday from the sanctuary. Music discussion, spiritual practice for the midweek boost. See, this one we didn't get a chance to get done, so it's the old style, and it's still lovely in its archaic ways. But we are having the next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, this coming Wednesday is the Taizé service. So the Wednesday gathering this week is the Taizé service. And Kathy and Dwayne and Maggie and I believe Reverend Liz and Ona are all going to be part of making that happen, with Kathy's husband Dwayne providing the music. So please come and enjoy the celebration of the solstice. First Sunday in July, which is not next week, but 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a community potluck. So bring food, be part of that, and come play together with us. All of these things are in the newsletter. So if you're getting the newsletter, you should have data about all of this stuff. There's a new class starting. Ta-da! Reverend Donna, would you stand up so everybody, ta-da! Reverend Donna, but one of my 2 all-time favorite classes are spiritual economics and power of decision. And she is doing spiritual economics, and it is, I don't care if you've taken it before, take it again. You are different from who you were when you took it the first time. I've taken it and taught it numerous times, and each time I get some new pearl and gem out of it, some new way of uplifting the way I look at my life and my prosperity. Check out our bookstore, the Book Boutique. All the wondrous books and things that are in there, and gadgets, and right now, I don't think today we have a clerk in there, but you can bring things to the office and purchase them in the office. Another slide by Dylan to volunteer, opportunities to volunteer. You can see that. We are looking for people who would like to help out with the kitchen, so that we have people who are, we have Steve on first Sundays and Michelle on third Sundays, but we'd love to have every Sunday so that we can have a social time after the service, after the gathering. Julie Denson is the woman who did the artwork, and Linda is in counting money right now, so who would like to, you want me to talk about the practitioners? I can talk about the practitioners. Okay. Practitioners are people, if you've never been here before, you don't know what we are, it's our prayer ministry. It is the people who've been trained to know the truth for you. And this doesn't mean you go see them just only when you have a bad thing going on. It's like, I would like to take a trip to Ireland, so I want to know that everything falls together so that I can do something like that. I go to a practitioner, and they help me envision that and draw that to myself and draw ways of things. We are here to offer our support. We are here to offer our consciousness. We are here to know things for you when you can't know them for yourself. There will be someone up here, Linda, I believe, will be up here after the service. There will be practitioners at the windows. Would the practitioners who are here today please stand and identify yourselves? Thank you, Bev. And I'm Reverend Linda, and the other Reverend Linda will be up here. So talk to us. Oh, yeah, Andrea, yes?
There's names in red and there's names in black. Does that matter, or is it just?
No, it's just to make it easier so it's just not a one giant color looking, yeah. It doesn't signify anything. And yeah, the ones on the red list have been bad. They're the naughty practitioners. Yeah. The black ones are the grounded ones, the red ones are the naughty ones. So depending on what it is you want treatment for, check the list out. Okay. All right, I believe it's time for us to stand, and let's sing this fabulous closing song.
Right. Say it's all right. It's all right. Got a good time. 'Cause it's all right. Oh, it's all right. Listen to the beat and kind of pat your feet. You've got soul, and everybody knows that it's all right. Whoa, it's all right. When you wake up early in the morning, feeling sad like so many of us do, just hum a little song and make life your goal, and surely something's gonna come to you. 'Cause it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Have a good time. Oh, it's all right. Oh, it's all right.
If you choose, please repeat after me. I'm here to have fun.
I'm gonna have fun.
And so it is.
And so it is.